So, I don't even know how I'm going to talk about this, but I kind of wanted to give my thoughts on the end of season event being announced at FNCS today. Well, not even the end of season event, like the chapter ending already. 4 seasons in, compared to the originally 10 seasons and then to 8 seasons and now 4. Like, this is the last season of the chapter. And I know there's been talks of, like, it happening or it being a possibility from leakers and some people with inside information saying it won't happen or is happening or next season is chapter 3 still. But Epic just went and outright confirmed it. And I'm surprised. I'm actually completely surprised they're just doing this. They're just ending the season and the whole chapter just like that after a year. I don't even know where we're gonna go. Like, what can they do for a map now? Because obviously the chapter 2 map is pretty much gone. That just took my shooter or shit. Anyway, the chapter 2 map is pretty much gone, and it's safe to say this map's looking like it's gonna follow suit, judging by the event being called Fractured. I mean, I'm curious to see how they play this out, and what they're gonna do for chapter 4 now. But I don't know if I'm the only one thinking it's maybe too soon for them to do this. Because for me, like, I'm for it. I'm all for it. But it feels... it's unexpected, I guess is the word I'm looking for. Because I certainly was just not expecting them to do it this soon. Chapter. I know some people are going to think we're probably going back to that map or something of the sort. I don't think they're flipping the map again. I don't think that's happening. And I mean, even I personally even doubted that we were going to chapter 4 already. I mean, I can't deny it now. Here we are. Figured I'd just record this over some normal gameplay, see how long it lasts. 'Cause I do know they had that, like, it was posted forever ago by quite a few leakers, if I recall, about there being like a map, another map that was in the works. And then we kind of didn't really hear anything else about that for a bit. I guess it's relevant now, because obviously that's where we're going, but it's like, where is it? Oh, God damn it. Again with the emphasis. I wanted to recruit you. I didn't want to kill you. Anyway. I'm just kind of talking my thoughts about it, and like, what I'd like to see, I guess. Because I don't know. The loot pool we've had this chapter, in my opinion, some of it's been good, some of it's been bad. I really didn't like chapter 3 season 2 was actually a pretty good season, but some of the stuff that was in the actual loot pool itself, it felt very spam heavy, in my opinion. There's actually someone here. I don't know where. Probably gonna run into them. They didn't grab the vault. Just in my opinion, it felt spam heavy in chapter 3 season 2, but like, the story was good. They're directly above me. I felt the story was pretty nice, though. What they were doing. Okay, that's enough of you. But, I mean, obviously, when you get to the first season of a chapter, it usually feels pretty good. Now we're kind of talking, I'm talking about like chapter 3, season 1 now. Like, that season I thought was pretty good, in my opinion. But, I don't know if people agree with what I'm going to say next, because now I'm looking back on the chapter, since it's pretty much ending at this point. Chapter 3, Season 3. A lot of people say that was a good season. I liked the Battle Pass, and it gave me... I actually still liked landing at the Rave Cave. I still land at the Rave Cave, obviously. Like, I just did. But... gameplay that season... That season did not really do it for me. And like I said, people might not agree with that, but I don't know. It felt like to me it felt like a worse version of Chapter 2 Season 3. Like, nothing really happened. Didn't feel like a whole lot changed. And I forgot to mention, for Chapter 3 Season 2, 0 builds. Really nice feature. I was actually glad to see that. And I'm glad they still do it. I'm glad it's still happening. Like, I'm glad it's still in the game, basically. So I will give this chapter credit for that. Like, I'm glad they added that. It's a really nice feature. As for this season, I'm almost... I guess the reason I'm surprised they're ending the chapter already is... I mean, the 7 are... I don't know if the 7 are, like, dead. Because that's kind of how they make it sound. They make it seem like the 7 are dead at this point, other than the paradigm. And, oh shit. It's kind of weird to me to think that they're just possibly dead, and the chapter's just ending with them dead. Like, they might not actually be dead. I don't know if we're gonna get actual answers to that. But that's kind of where we're at with this now. It seems like they're dead. Where are these? Where is this person anyway? Right there. I hope we get answers to that sometime here during the event, maybe. I don't know. We might not. I know we still have, like, the Paradise quests, the last set of Paradise quests coming up, too, because we didn't really get any more of those after the initial event, like the start of the season, I mean. And that was something else that confused me. I know they address in the actual quest why that is, like the Paradigm keeping it down low while she goes back to her home world and getting information. But I don't know. From a casual perspective, though, and someone that doesn't play this game super seriously, I am looking forward to the new chapter. I'm looking forward to the event. And I'm looking forward to, like, seeing what they do and seeing how they explain this, you know? Because I don't know. I'm actually finding it hard to put this into words because I did not expect this soon. Like, we haven't even been on this map for a year. And I don't know if I'm really gonna miss it or not, because, like, I started this game in Chapter 2, like halfway through the first season of Chapter 2. And I had a lot of time to really get used to the map, enjoy the map, even if a lot of people didn't like it. And it had its flaws. I don't disagree. It had its flaws. Had quite a bit of them. A lot of things didn't change, and some things from the event should have had bigger effects. I feel like we haven't had that opportunity with this season, or this chapter in general. We just haven't had that opportunity, because there's not a whole lot of really happened. Like, we've only had 2 events this whole time. Oh, they got an NPC. That'd been... It feels like not a whole lot has really happened to warrant some of the... Like, just really happened to this map to have, like, a lasting effect, because I'm looking at, like, Chapter 2, Season 7's event, where the whole mothership went down and was, like, pieces of it everywhere, and there was just the whole thing. And then into Chapter 2, Season 8, just everything that happened. This season, this whole chapter just hasn't had the same amount of memorable things. Oh, am I really about to die here? I guess I am. Okay, well, we're gonna spectate someone. I'm gonna continue this talk. This chapter just hasn't had that chance to be the same memorable feel to me, I suppose. As someone that really liked Chapter 2, Season 2, and actually did like Chapter 2, Season 7 and 8, specifically 8, because people really hated that one. I didn't really get the same feel from this. I guess the whole chapter ending explains why things like the summer event and the Fortnite event we got didn't feel to be of the highest quality we've come to expect from, like, just the events in general. Which, if that's the reason, if the whole chapter ending is why that is, then I guess that's okay, you know? Because we're gonna go into the next chapter, we're gonna have the winter event, and that's probably gonna be the deciding factor for people on whether or not it is okay or not. And I'm willing to see how it plays out. I've been saying that a lot, but I'm willing to see how it all plays out. So I look forward to it. I look forward to seeing where they go with it. And if you do happen to see this video in the algorithm, I'd be curious to hear your thoughts and what anyone else thinks, and what else you can, what you guys think and what you want to say and whatever. So, like, subscribe, and comment if you have any thoughts. Thanks for taking the time to watch.